What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Fleetwood Mac as we continue through the 1997 live album, The Dance. Thank you again to Chris, who has indicated that he will be providing Fleetwood Mac material once we finish this live album. In any case, the next tune in the playlist, as Luca decides what she wants to do, I think she is going to come up, is not one I've reacted to before, and thus it's up in the air whether I've heard it before. There's been at least a couple of their songs where it's like, oh wait, like I know this, I didn't recognize the title, but I have heard this before. But yes, it's Silver Springs, which the only reference it makes me think of, I went, oh, and it's not even true. I was going to say I went to, with my family, a like recreational dude ranch when I was in my early teens, or maybe like as a preteen. I might have been 12, and I was thinking it was called Silver Springs, but that's wrong. It was called Silver Trails, and it was in Colorado. So basically, I have no basis for understanding what this phrase might mean and whether it's a specific reference or a general idea or a visual reference. Nevertheless, I will try to follow along as I can, and of course I'm wondering in advance how similar to or different from a studio recorded version of this song it may be. Let's give it a listen. This is Fleetwood Mac. The song is Silver Springs, and it's a live performance from the Live Dance album, or rather The Dance album, 1997.
You could be my silver spring, Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Summer Springs is a great old song. Thank you.
The way she said that suddenly made me wonder, is it a cover? Is it like an old standard where, the original writer is not even known? It could just be an early song in their catalog, but saying that it's a great old song, it ambiguated the point for me, what I was expecting, and more on the lyrics in a moment, because I was about to make a comment like, is this a Stevie song about Lindsay? Because some of the lines and just a little bit of what people have said in previous Fleetwood reactions came to my mind with the lyrics here, but then that made me wonder, like, wait, did they even write this? So if they did, I guess she just means this is an old classic of theirs that in 1997, is very far back in their catalog, but which they still find a lot of value in, and obviously the audience did too. And yeah, I do once again wonder how different or similar to the studio recording it might be, but I love the arrangement here. There's acoustic guitar, electric guitar, a very dynamic and beautiful piano line. There's like these bells or chimes, and then there's just this overall feeling of, once again, a mixture of like a folk rock and pop type of sonic atmosphere, which seems to be kind of their bread and butter, or at least one of their center lanes. And again, I think that was Stevie on vocals, and if this is a song by them, I do wonder, is this about her and Lindsay? But what it seems to be she's saying is that this guy is now sort of entranced by another, or maybe even has told her, hey, I'm with this person now, so what we had, it's in the past. And she's saying, does she tell you she loves you, and, does she catch your eye, is she pretty, and so on. But then she's simultaneously saying, I really don't want to know. And she's wondering, was everything that we had, was it all pointless? Was it all futile? I really don't want to know. And there seemed to be a moment where she was saying, like, can you ever not respond to someone who is interested in you and who's making a play for you, someone who is involved with you? Because it felt like she was saying, like, that's just kind of your nature, that like this was inevitable to happen, and thus maybe it was never going to be. But she also is saying, like, when they were together, or when she wanted them to be together, I'm not quite sure on that point, that like she wanted to love him but he wouldn't let her. And so she's seemingly saying, like, even without the presence of a third or a second woman / third party, there were difficulties and there were impasses or problematic dynamics to whatever connection they could have or did have, could have had or did have. And yeah, so I do wonder again if she's asking questions, but then she doesn't seem to want to know the answers. She's thinking about the present, but that's making her reflect on the past. She's wondering what could have been, even as she's saying it might all have been for nothing anyway. So it's almost like a just cathartic, get all my emotions and thoughts out about you and whatever this was and whatever you're doing now and whoever you are as a person. So yeah, there's a lot going on thematically, so it seems. And again, if this is a song by them, I wonder if it's one of these inter-band relationship dynamics, which I realize, like, Stevie and Lindsay was not the only example of. So either way, I found it to be a very beautiful song, and I like the way at the end the audience really responded to it, and the way I think Stevie was saying, we really appreciate that because this is a good old song. So in any case, let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.